If you've been digging around in your garden lately and coming up empty, no worms, no castings, no life, it's not just disappointing, it's a signal. Earthworms are nature's soil engineers. When they're missing, it often means your soil is either too compacted, too dry, too barren, or simply not offering the right environment to sustain life. But the good news? You don't need synthetic products or store-bought soil amendments to bring them back. You just need to feed the soil the way nature intended. In this guide, we'll break down the top 5 natural ingredients that attract earthworms instantly, and show you how to use them to transform your garden into a living, breathing ecosystem. The first and most powerful ingredient is compost. Compost is more than just rotted kitchen scraps and yard waste. It's the final product of organic decomposition, and it's teeming with microbial life. Earthworms feed not only on the organic material in compost but also on the bacteria and fungi involved in the breakdown process. When you add finished compost to your garden soil, you're offering worms a ready-made buffet. Rich in both carbon and nitrogen, compost is soft, moist, and full of nutrients that earthworms find irresistible. Spread it as a top dressing or work it gently into the top few inches of your soil. Not only will it attract worms, but it also improves soil texture, boosts water retention, and increases microbial diversity, all of which help support a lasting worm population. Next is mulch, and not just any kind. Organic mulch made from straw, shredded leaves, or untreated wood chips. Mulch plays a critical dual role in soil health. First, it conserves moisture, which is essential for worms since they breathe through their skin and require damp conditions to survive. Second, mulch breaks down slowly over time, becoming food for decomposers, and ultimately for earthworms. When you apply mulch around your plants or across garden beds, you're creating a humid, dark microclimate beneath the surface that earthworms naturally gravitate toward. One of the most overlooked but highly effective ingredients for attracting worms is decaying leaves. These aren't just yard waste, they're forest fuel. In natural settings, fallen leaves blanket the ground, slowly breaking down with the help of moisture and microbial action. Earthworms thrive in these leaf-rich environments because the leaves offer both shelter and food. The best way to replicate this in your garden is to allow leaves to fall and stay where they land, especially in beds and borders. Alternatively, you can gather them into a pile, let them begin breaking down, and then use them as a soil amendment or mulch. Coffee grounds are another surprising but effective worm attractant, especially when used in moderation. Many gardeners are hesitant to add them because of their acidity, but when mixed with other organic materials, coffee grounds actually create a balanced, nitrogen-rich input that worms adore. They offer a gritty texture that aids in worm digestion and encourage microbial growth, an essential part of any healthy compost or soil system. Just spread coffee grounds lightly around plants or mix them into compost piles where they can help accelerate decomposition. Finally, vegetable scraps bring everything together. These are the raw trimmings from your kitchen, the carrot tops, lettuce cores, banana peels, and apple skins that often get tossed away. To a worm, this is treasure. When buried in the soil or added to a compost system, vegetable scraps break down rapidly, attracting bacteria and fungi that feed the worms directly and indirectly. The key is to avoid meat, dairy, and greasy leftovers. These can go anaerobic, attracting pests and creating odor. Instead, use soft, plant-based scraps and bury them a few inches deep. This prevents pest problems and positions the food right where the worms can access it. Over time, these scraps decompose into rich organic matter, enhancing fertility and drawing in more worms as the cycle continues. Using these 5 ingredients together is where the real magic happens. Imagine layering compost across your garden bed, then topping it with shredded leaves and mulch. Add in a sprinkle of coffee grounds and bury a handful of kitchen scraps near your plants. What you've created is a multi-layered habitat that supports all stages of decomposition and feeds every level of the soil food web. This invites not just earthworms but also the microbial life that makes soil truly come alive. And once worms arrive, they aerate the soil, leave nutrient-rich castings behind, and improve water flow, all without tilling, fertilizers, or complicated techniques. Creating this kind of soil doesn't require high costs or special skills. It requires consistency and a willingness to work with nature, not against it. Instead of viewing leaves and scraps as waste, view them as a resource. Feed the soil, keep it moist, Avoid harsh chemicals and let the worms do the rest. They'll come quietly, work tirelessly, and leave behind a garden that's healthier, more resilient, and far more productive than anything fueled by synthetic inputs. If you're serious about transforming your soil, these ingredients are your foundation. Use them regularly, adjust based on your soil's response, and watch your garden shift from dry and compacted to loose, dark, and full of life. Earthworms aren't just a sign of healthy soil, they're a driving force behind it. Once you attract them, your entire growing system becomes more self-sustaining. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with fellow gardeners. At Hydro Haven, we're all about decoding the simple natural secrets that turn ordinary gardens into extraordinary ones. Let's bring the worms back and build better soil, one natural ingredient at a time.